Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. If you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Vechain. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about what is going on at the moment. What is happening at the moment in the market, right? I mean, we've woken up today to a sea of red. Well, what does it all mean? We're going to break it all down, tell you all about Vechain, where we're going, what's happening to it, and I just smashed my keyboard. Let's get right into it. First things first, Canadian sustainable apparel Frank and Oak showcases new collection traced by Vechain in its first experience store in Asia. This is very, very important. This news came out just yesterday. Why is it important? Vechain works on multiple verticals. It's not just in one niche. It's not just in one industry. It works in many, many different niches, industries, and solves quite a lot of problems. Now, when we talk about clothing and collections, this is very interesting, and I find that this particular article about why they've done it, it's Frank and Oak opened its first store in Asia, located in Shanghai, and to be working with VeChain, it just shows how flexible this blockchain is, how it solves real world problems. Now, you know that it is one of my favorite, and it is one of my favorite because it does solve a real world problem. That's the only reason why things end up on this channel, because they solve real world problems. And in the case of VeChain and in the case of, how they're working and partnering up with Frank and Oak, expect to see a lot more of this. Now, fashion, luxury, NFT, and just in general, the luxury industry and Vechain is a match made in heaven. So Vechain is proud to lead the delivery of blockchain-based authentication for retail, fashion, and luxury garments. Deadstock, a USA-based vintage fashion market, is the latest to embrace our technology. Mass adoption is inevitable, and Vechain will drive it. And indeed, they will drive it. This is what we're talking about. Like, this was a late November article that came out, but high-tech, luxury, NFT, authenticity, and VeChain, they all work together. And that there, over the course of 2022, 23, 24, 25, and beyond, is going to be worth billions of dollars. Now, you heard about, VeChain being the official member of the China Non-Stable Food Circulation Association, a national level organization. And Vechain continues to form the base of next-gen industry standards. So in the food industry, Vechain's in there. In the fashion industry, it's there. In the car industry, it's there. In the real estate industry, in the titles for investment property, it's there. It's being applied everywhere. And while the price may not reflect it today, 10, 20, 30x as a long-term holder, and remember, the key word here is as a long-term holder, is inevitable as long as you got time. And time we do have. Now, VeChain price eyes a 20% upswing as VET bounces off the buy zone. Not quite, because we still have quite a fair bit to go, especially today as we've seen the market dip another 7%. We're sitting at a 10 cents 675 at the time of making this, and we'll go over Atani and the indicators and where we're at the moment and what we can expect. But once this is over, the next step, of course, is the upswing, and we'll definitely be talking about that. Now, this is very interesting. If you love metaverse, NFTs, and gamification, join our first VeChain Thursday on 2 December at 8 p.m. UTC and begin exploring projects built on VeChain. This is an interesting thing happening. I believe this is going to happen weekly. So VeChain Thursdays are going to happen weekly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you join the official Discord community. Now, keep in mind, please, that when you do join that Discord group, there's a lot of bots. There's a lot of people, fake accounts that are going to try and contact you. Be mindful of that. Please never give your details to anybody. No WhatsApp. Remember, I do not have WhatsApp. I will never message you. I will never ask you for a cent. This is my opinion. It's not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. But join the VeChain Discord community because I find it very interesting that they're talking about metaverse, NFTs, and gamification, and they're going to keep you up to date with what's been built on there. I think it's genius what they're up to. So definitely, check it out. Now, I like what Crypto Kool-Aid has done here, saying that VET is on its way to the 786 Fibonacci touch for a double bottom formation. And yes, I do believe that is the case. So we will be heading towards that. Then when we look at Nasdaq, what they said, Vechain will rise as it finds solutions to global supply chain problems, and that there, ladies and gentlemen, is the main reason why I hold Vechain. It finds solutions to global supply chain problems. It is the solution to global supply chain problems. That's why I hold. Now, from a carbon emission management system to utilize Vechain for that, I mean, that is mega. Climate, cars, real estate, fashion. I mean, can you start to paint the picture here of just how big this blockchain is and how big it's going to be? That's probably the biggest one, right? How big it's going to be at a global scale if you're willing to stay for the journey. And that is something only you can decide. I can't decide for you. Everyone is different. But this 5-star rated blockchain, when you do your research on it, it is absolutely brilliant. Let's have a look at the timing. Let's have a look at some indicators. Now, as we begin to look at Vechain today, we're sitting at 6.89% down for the day, well outside the Bollinger Band. 4 hour sitting on very, very, very bearish. The RSI is almost right to the bottom of the 4 hour. When you look at the hourly, it actually has gone into oversold. It's right on the edge of the Bollinger Band, and it's red. Today is a very, 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 very red day. Now, when you look at this, and you look at the 4 hour, you can see that it's almost at the bottom of the bottoms when it comes to RSI. The 12-hour MACD is about to go into bearish as well. And when you look at the daily, you can see that it is bearish, and with the RSI almost at the bottom. So how much more can we go? Well, we might see a 9, which we haven't seen in a while. Like it's been, let's have a look here. Last time we saw a 9 was around the 30th of September. So it is interesting what's going on. I mean, we are under the moving average 100, and we're below the moving average 200 at the moment as well. So there's no reason why we couldn't see a 9 today. And that is very, very interesting. And we'll see where this bottoms out, with the 53,000 flat at the moment. At the time of making this, it went to 52.7 just a few minutes ago as well. So let's see. It's very, very interesting, very, very fascinating what is happening at the moment. But we got to keep an eye out on how much longer has this drop got, and then what does it mean for that? I mean, you got Luna at the moment 9% down for the day. Solana, almost 12%. So it's a red day. That's for sure. But red days are for accumulation. If you know what you hold. If you don't know what you hold. Let's have a look at some drawings. So how much further can we go? Well, look, it could go to this particular buy zone, which is around high 9s. It could. It really could. So we do have to check it out. But I think, potentially a 10 flat and then a bounce off and, kick off and we start to go towards 22 cents is also likely. So one of the two scenarios is going to play out today. Now, can we see anything lower? All right, can we go lower into the 8s? I don't really think we're going to see 8s. But then again, it's up to you to to decide when to pull the trigger if you are looking to get in or looking to accumulate more. But once we do start to go to the upside, 14 cents, 16 cents, and 20 cents are very, very important points when it comes to resistance. So we do have to keep an eye out for that. But we are more than ready to get to $1 from here, which will give us that 10x. Now, when we spoke about how do we get the 20x when it comes to Vechain, well, it is a matter of holding. Now, if you hold and you can see the value, you understand what you hold, and you're willing to ride it out, you can get 20x out of Vechain, but you have to be willing to hold, because this has a long future ahead of it. It is ahead of the game. It is in every single industry. More and more mass adoption is coming. The potential of gamification, NFT, and metaverse being built on it as well. So sky's the limit, but time isn't on your side. There are talks about it going to $2 in this bull run. I've been very strong on the opinion that I do not believe that we're going to see $2 throughout this particular bull run. And I'll still stand strong by it. If we get it, I'll be the first to cheer. But I think $1.10 to $1.20 is where we're going to land. But who knows, right? It's one person's opinion. If you did learn something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.